Hello, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David.
And you're watching Creation Clues.
Imagine walking to a place with piles and piles of salt for as far as you could see.
Today we're going to be learning about a place a little bit like that. Today we have three mysteries to solve about white sands. What it is, how it got here, and what it means. What is white sands?
It's a desert in New Mexico made up of entirely pure white sand. Sarah, can you tell us what makes this sand so white?
Sure, I'll show you. The special sand at White Sands is made of the mineral gypsum. Gypsum is a very soft, white or clear mineral. It's so soft that we can actually scratch it with our fingernails. The mineral gypsum has a lot of different uses.
Sheetrock, like in houses! Or plaster, like we use on dinosaur digs. So Sarah, where did all this gypsum come from to make up white sands?
Well, no one was there to see white sands being made, so we don't know for sure, and we have to make a lot of guesses based off of the clues we find left over. Our first clue is mountains. In the mountains around white sands, there are layers of gypsum rock. Our second clue is the basin. White sands is a low place surrounded by mountains. It's called the Tula Rosa Basin.
Some say that it's left over from salty water that evaporated and turned into rock layers. This took long periods of time. As the mountains rose, it broke apart the rock layers that were full of gypsum. The gypsum, it partly dissolved in rainwater that sat in the lake. Eventually, the lake water dried up, leaving the gypsum behind.
That story may be close, but it doesn't quite match up with the rest of the clues we find. Our third clue is the pure and vast sand we find at White Sands. The gypsum at White Sands is fairly pure. It wouldn't be that pure if it was just from dried up seawater. The gypsum wouldn't be this extensive and vast if it was just from dried up seawater. It would take way too much water to make all of that sand.
Clue number 4 is history and the flood. The Bible is a historical document. It was inspired by God, who knows everything and who has seen everything. Now the Bible, it tells us about this global flood. Looking at the rock layers, we can tell that this gypsum was made either during or after the flood.
Here's another story of how white sands got here that seems to match better with all four of those clues. The gypsum may have originally come from underground, when super salty, super hot water erupted with lava during the global flood. These could have been part of the fountains of the great deep that the Bible talks about in its account of the flood. During the flood, the gypsum was captured between mud layers and turned into rock. Towards the end of the flood, and for a while after, the mountains rose up. This would have cracked and opened some of these layers of gypsum rock, exposing them to the weather. The gypsum in White Sands came from the mountains as rainwater and melting ice flowed into the Tula Rosa Basin.
So, what does all this white sand stuff mean for you? It's a reminder of the flood. Even though the world was being destroyed because of sin, which, I mean, that's really sad, God can still make something totally amazing and beautiful out of that.
Like white sands.
Exactly.
I hope you've enjoyed learning about white sands with us today.
What you've learned is what white sands is, how it got here, and what it means.
Until next time, keep exploring God's amazing creation.
Be sure to let us know about all your exciting and amazing adventures, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode.
Let's hit the slopes.